Hi Mangalam, good afternoon to you as well. So CNBC TV 18 in partnership with ICICI Prudential Life Insurance has launched a new initiative called Mission Insure India, which is insurance for all. So we're going to get started, and as part of this Mission Insure India, we'll be celebrating the 15th of every month as Protection Day, a day that will be dedicated to inculcate the thought of protecting your family's future. Harshvardhan Rumta Securities joins in now to answer all our many queries on in this insurance special. Hi Harshvardhan, good afternoon. We've spoken so much about the various kinds of insurance, but there is not a lot that has been spoken about renal disorders. So increasingly you're hearing a lot more about the disease itself, but what kind of packages would cover this?
So Sumera, you have a couple of options. The one benefit that you can look at is the benefit plans. So these are different from the indemnity kind of policies, which are popularly known as Mediclaim. So let's understand both of them separately. The first one being the benefit plan that we're talking about. Now this policy essentially pays out a lump sum in the case of even being diagnosed of even say probably a kidney failure or any other ailment which falls under the ambit. So let me explain this. You have a standalone critical illness policy available which covers not only renal failure but also instances like cancer, a heart attack, paralysis, stroke and other major critical illnesses. Now you can also buy this critical illness cover as a rider with your life insurance policy. So in case you're buying a term plan, you can take this as a rider along with that term plan. Or as I said, you can buy it as a standalone policy which is offered either by life insurance companies or general insurance companies. So these are essentially a benefit oriented policies which say in case of diagnosis of particular ailment which is enlisted in the policy, a fixed lump sum amount will be paid out to the policy holder. So in case of renal failure that we're talking about, a fixed lump sum amount is paid out to the policy holder on the basis of just being diagnosed of a critical ailment. On the other hand, you have which are called the indemnity policies, which are popularly known as Mediclaim that we're speaking about. Now what a Mediclaim does is, in case of a kidney related ailment or any other ailment for which requires hospitalization, once you're hospitalized, whatever expenses you incur on actuals is going to be reimbursed. That is why it is an indemnity policy. Right. So up to the sum insured, whatever is the expense that you've incurred while being in the hospital, pre-hospitalization and post-hospitalization as well, related to the same ailment, you will get reimbursed to that extent of the actual cost that you've incurred. So these are the Mediclaim policies that cover so probably anything relating to kidney or renal failure or treatment relating to kidneys.
So if there is one basic Mediclaim policy that one has taken and which has a fair amount in terms of a cover, so the kidney failure would be covered under that, because you said it's up to the amount which is insured, right?
Yeah, so in case you've taken a sum insured of say 5 lakhs and once you get hospitalized and your expenses run up to say 7 lakhs in all, so you will be paid only up to 5 lakhs because the insurance company has a liability only up to the sum insured that is there in the policy. So in case you run up an expenditure on actuals beyond 5 lakhs, then you will be still paid 5 lakhs. However, in case of the fixed benefit policy that we were speaking about, the coverage would be much more. It will be probably 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs or 30 lakhs in that sense. So in case you're diagnosed of any critical ailment, including renal failure, you would get a fixed lump sum amount of the sum insured, which could be even 30 or 40 lakhs for that matter. Whether you are actually spending that much on the treatment or no, that is not the parameter to consider. It is that you've been diagnosed, and if you survived a period of 15 days or 30 days, post that a fixed lump sum will be paid out to you.
Okay, so what stage of the disease could be covered? I mean, would it include just say dialysis, or would even transplant be covered?
Yeah, so now when you're talking about the fixed benefit ones, the critical illness, once you're diagnosed of a critical ailment, a kidney failure for that sense, the fixed lump sum payment will be made and the policy closes there itself. Now when you talk about Mediclaim, the indemnity based policies that we're talking about, in that once you're hospitalized, all your expenses relating to hospitalization at that point in time will be paid. Pre-hospitalization up to 30 days or 60 days as the policy covers, and post-hospitalization up to 60 days or 90 days as the policy covers within your in the policy wordings that you have it before you. Beyond that, you're talking about dialysis now. So dialysis is a continuous process. So dialysis is also covered in the policy and it is treated as an independent claim. So probably after 90 days, even if you're undergoing a dialysis therapy, then you would be paid for the dialysis as well. And as I said, the maximum coverage that a policy gives you is up to the sum insured that is there in the policy. So no insurance company will pay you beyond that. It is in the interest of all individuals these days to ensure that you have a cover which is not only 5 lakhs, but actually top it up and take a super top up or some other kind of policies and take the cover to about say 25-30 lakhs at least, considering the rising cost of medical treatments and the rising instances of illnesses as well.
All right, so now that you've apprised us of everything that one needs to know with regards to renal failure or any sort of kidney disease, we'll get in some query coming in. We have a query